Let's say China. 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 You go over to China. 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 You take China.
China.
China. I love them. China. 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 I have to have my China. China. China because China. 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 China.
I started streaming. Well, I started looking at this about 5-10 minutes ago. They've not done the trophy pack yet for the streamers or the content partners, so I can't, like, you know, go my way down to these or have all of these or not on test drives already. But I can do like that on a test drive, test flight, and do test flights of them. But I also had a look at the patch notes whilst I was offline. And needless to say, for me, this is just a disappointing patch. It's already disappointing. Literally, I mean, I am interested in the Phantom, don't get me wrong. Really interested in Phantom, like the plane, like the looks, and so on. But 10.0 with the Phantom, it's just a bad meme. If it does get in at 10.0, then there's really fucking no point in playing it. They may turn off the fully mixed retard mode because of that, and the MiG-21. Hopefully they do, but I can't guarantee it. And if they don't, then it's going to be Phantoms versus Phantoms. I know they've also changed the sounds as well, so I need to check that out. These two things, these are pretty good memes right here, if you've had a look at them. I don't know if you've had a look even. One of them, the F-89B, gets no ordnance whatsoever, but gets 6 20mm cannon. This one, 6 20mm cannon there. Alright. And the D variant differs in one way. It carries no cannon, but has rockets. Lots of rockets. The basic version has 104 Mighty Mouse rockets in the wingtips. And you can also get another variant with added H-fires into the wing. But you don't get cannon with it. So it's just a rocket boat ship. You know, plane. And yeah, look at the cost. 7,540 for that. You have to buy that before you can even buy this one. But yeah, I mean, basically no decompression at all, from what I can tell. Like 9.0 for that. Germany get a G91 finally, and it gets AS Nords. Those are the surface ones, I think, yeah. So you don't get any air-to-air armament. And you're expected to want to, like, grind that out, considering that what's coming into the game at 10.0. Have fun with that one. HIPAA 5.7. This is as all compressed as well, like 5.7 for all of the new cruisers are coming in at 5.7, I should say. And with that, yeah, there's no increase in the cap, even for boats. For tanks, there's no increase either. I did laugh at this. That's at 9.7 battle rating. If it had like a 2-second reload time, then yeah, I could imagine that being at 9.7 battle rating. But it's not. It's got a 6-second reload time. And it's at 9.7 battle rating. This thing is going to get down to quicker than you say Russian bias. Praise Stalin. Yeah, it was like 340 was of penetration with this, from what I saw. That you've got heat with 390, and you've got APFSDS with 335. You've got APHE, but that's only 239. This does get NVD. That doesn't mention thermographics, though. Right, hang on. Replacement of night vision optics with updated thermal sensors. And that was use of night vision devices. Yeah, you see, this is interesting because as far as the commies go, their NVG was shit. The fucking T10 gets it. Nice memes, comrade. 8.3 BR. IS4, let's have a look. It doesn't get it. Oh. BMP does, though. I bet it does. What? The fuck, man? How the fuck does that not get NVG? The Swift F7 gets no armament besides 2 Aidens. BMP's like from the 60s. Or 70s even. Doesn't get NVG. T10M, like 0.3 BR higher, does get NVG. What? That gets NVG. That's 8.7. I'm guessing that's because of BR. Let's have a look. That hasn't. That should get it as well. That does. That's 8.3. I mean, PT76 in theory might be able to get it. Won't get it though. Guess ESS now though, comrade. Nice memes. Let me think. Yeah, no. Well, there's like other post-war stuff, but down for they'll put NVG down this level. Yeah, nope. I don't think there's anything else. Oh, ASU 57, wherever that is. Nope. Have they put in NVGs on jets as well? No. So jets don't get NVGs, but tanks and helicopters do. That does get NVG, and it's 8.0. These are some pretty strong memes going off right here. Let's see. So, oh yeah, we can have a look at what they've done here. Oswin 2. 5.7 BR. That's like a 1.0 decrease in BR over Panther 2's there as well. And that's the 10.5. And the mass. Sad to say. So, we've got the M48C2 at 7.7. And that's the replacement for the mouse. And for the Panther 2. And for the Tiger 10.5. Good memes. So, helicopters. We've got the Tiger now down there. And a 8,000 gold Eagle MI-24 with a very pretty camo, apparently. Let's have a look at this wonder machine. Gaffa. Modifications. It gets NVGs and missiles. Air-to-air missiles. Comrade. Yeah, I'm sorry, but this ordnance loadout that this thing has appears to be kind of shit. At best, you're carrying 8 ground attack missiles, I think. Yeah. And the rocket loadout is pretty poor. Like, what's the maximum Mighty Mouses you can carry? I think it's like probably going to be like 76 maybe at most. From what I saw on the dev server when they were talking about it yesterday, the PARS missile is nerfed. So yeah, I don't know, man. As far as this goes, that being at 10.0 with the ordnance loadout it's got seems a bit crazy, considering, you know, you've got that 9.7. That to me seems to have a lower, you know, payload in comparison to like most 9.7 helicopters. Yeah, I saw. I was watching the stream, but it looks as though you can only carry a maximum of 8. Is it? Yeah, and if you do, you can't carry any stingers or machine gun. Apparently, that to me is a problem. You can either go 8 air-to-ground missiles or 4 air-to-ground and 4 air-to-air. I think. No, there's one there. Hot 3 with 8 and 4 air-to-air. So you can do that, but you can't do that with the PARS. So it's a tricky one. I wouldn't like to say how good that's going to be in comparison to the other stuff that, you know, is in game. Helicopter combat in this game is minimal, maybe not what I would call optimized. It's barely a game mode, I think. So yeah, 1 gun, 60 rounds, very little armor, and a limited selection of ordnance. Yeah, let me just go back then, and I'll show you what I mean as far as this goes. So, China. Okay. Looking at the planes, okay, you've got, let's see, Gladiator, that's British. I-15 BIS, I-153, they're both Russian. HS-123A1, that's German. That's a premium bomber for America. That makes me laugh. But not as much as that, because that's a premium bomber for Britain. So, yeah, 2 premiums that are non-premium for China. That, I think, is an American plane. Russian. Japanese. P-66. I'm not sure about that. Looks American. American guns. I assume it's a prototype, possibly, but honestly not sure without checking. Anyway, Key 43, Japanese. SB2M Russian. DB3A Russian. P40 American. P43 American. That's a rear event vehicle. Well, P47, that's American. That gets its full ordnance loadout. No skimping of bombs or rockets or anything. I-16 Russian, B-25J-30 American, Mosquito FB-26, FB Mark 26. That's a British Mosquito that the British don't have in game at the moment. P1Y1 Mod 11 Ginga, that's Japanese. B4Y2, that's American. Right, so that's all the way down to rank 3, no Chinese aircraft. P51D20 American, LA9 Russian, IL-10 Russian, Tu-2 S44 Russian, Tu-4 Russian, P38L1 American, P51K American, but the Americans don't have that in game at the moment. That's rank 4 done, no Chinese planes. Rank 5, F86, that's a Sabre, MiG-9 Russian, MiG-9L Russian, F84 American, H5, that's Chinese, but it's based in an L28. It's probably just the Chinese designation for it. But that's rank 5. We're down to rank 5, and that's when we start to see Chinese aircraft, if you can even call them Chinese aircraft. I mean, these are basically copy-paste in comparison to Russian aircraft. Like, quite literally. And they're also copy-paste from the Chinese server. All of these models, all of these vehicles, the entire tech tree is basically lifted from the Chinese server. D20 is at 4.0? No, it's at 4.7. MiG-19 if you don't realise. Sorry. There we go. Chinese gets... It's even got double the goods. And it can carry air-to-air missiles as well. Okay. These are very balanced commit. You were looking at arcade stats. Right. Okay, then we go on to the army, alright? Now with this, one of the reasons why I'm not exactly chuffed about this, there's a few things that I've got to point out, right? I don't know how it's going to work with RB at the moment, which side they're going to fight on. And how the RB, split is going to go. As far as Sim goes, I'd assume that they're going to fight on the side of the Allies up until the end of World War II, and then it will be on the side of Russia against NATO. So, with that being said, Sim might not be so bad, but RB is going to suffer more because you're going to get the situation where you've got mixed nation vehicles on Chinese, with the Chinese. You've also got the same thing with France and Italy, so you're going to have triple the mixed fun, if you understand what I mean. So yeah, anyway, talking about the Chinese tech tree. Oh yeah, the German armored car's not there now. It's interesting, because they showed that on the website, did they not? When they announced this. But either way, MA, over 5,000 of these were made by America in World War II. Okay? It's a reserve vehicle for China in this, but for America it's a rare event vehicle. Over 5,000 of these were made. It's not a prototype, before anyone screams out in chat or anything stupid. That is a production vehicle, and yet it's a rare event vehicle in this game, and yet for China it's not. It's the reserve vehicle. That, I can imagine, is going to be pissing off a lot of people. I mean, yeah, the rest of this tree, you've just got a mixed selection of vehicles from, well, America, Russia, and Japan. Until you get down to there. pretty much. I mean, that is a rear event vehicle for Russia. You could call that their first Chinese vehicle, but it's a T-34 chassis. That, though, isn't. It may be based on the PT-76 chassis, but it's a Chinese designed turret, at least. And I would arguably say that that's probably the first like proper Chinese vehicle in the tree. And that's a rank 4. And then you've got that, the Type 62, which is in the Russian territory. That's a copy-paste. I've already got that and spaded it and played it many times. That's it. There's just 2 there in rank 4. Down to rank 5, you've got 1 there. That's a BMP. Type 59. Type 69. And that's it. That's... Why is that already researched? Question mark? There's some weird shit going off here. So yeah, that is an M4, yeah, that's American. That's an M113, that's American. And then you get down to the top tier, down here, and you've got that, which is Chinese, that which is an M60, and that which is a mildly upgraded M60. And that's it. This is their current, or going to be their current, top tier tank to fight against the Leopard 2A5 or Abrams. I mean, do I need to say any more? That is literally going to be the best vehicle in ground forces for 3 to 4 months until the next patch, and then they may get something else. Yeah. I mean, this thing's just going to get brutally murdered by leopards. To be honest, the Leopard 1A1 is going to give this a damn good kicking for the most part. These era blocks, they're just standard era. Yeah. From what I can tell there. Kinetic energy protection is virtually nothing. Which basically means you've got that level of armor to stop APF SDS, and that's not gonna, cut it. I mean, if it's not fighting against the Abrams, then it's going to be fighting against the Leo 2A5, and the gun on that. Let's have a look. I think someone mentioned, yeah. Wait, that's got that. Okay, 481. Yeah, that's better. But that isn't going to cut it against something like the Leopard 2A5. It's going to have problems with certain other vehicles as well. Like Challenger 2 will bounce that on its turret cheek quite easily. Leclerc as well. But mobility wise and also tank actual design wise, it's just an M60, and therefore it's going to suffer quite badly. I can't do a test drive on that, so I can't test the reload rate, but it's 6.5 seconds listed, 8.7 seconds for that one, so it may have a semi-automatic loader of some sort. That one, 11.2 seconds, and that's 8.7 bat rain. That's definitely not got an autoloader, and it's going to suffer. Oh, wow. 11.2 at 8.7 bat rain. With, yeah, wait, all my values, let's have a look, shall we? 220 mils. Oof. Oof. Might give a 50 cal a bit of a problem. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, then yeah, it's all well and good them adding it, and the only thing it's going to mean for me is it's going to give me more targets. The problem is it's going to be stuff like tank RB, maybe. But since I'm going to be playing more sim and have been, that maybe isn't going to be that much of a problem, because I won't see well, hopefully this kind of stuff in Sim. Alright, Italy. Let's see. Italy do get a new Ariete. This has a armor pack on it with composites. But no listings for it at the moment. I think this 120 mil. That's quite thick, I will say that. But I think that is kind of almost the only difference between it and the normal one. In which case, well, the normal one, the C1, that one. In which case, yeah, you're basically, you know, getting this added armor here and here, but that's it. And I don't think the turret armor is actually that good. Neither is this, so, you know, it might help a little bit on the flanks against BMP2s and stuff like that if you fight against that, but not going to be amazing. Let's see. Aircraft. Yeah, there we go. They get 4 new planes. Wow, look at this. All Lynx are made. For some reason. They get that. They've already done a dev blog on this thing. Let me just have a look. Is there anything else new there as well? No new premiums. But this is a prop plane. And it gets 3 MG151s and 2 Italian 50 cals. And apparently has exceptional performance, blah 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 blah, according to the dev blog. Wow. Engine noise though. They also get a Vampire, the FB52. They also get a CL13 Mark IV, which is effectively a copy paste pretty much from the German one, I imagine, and an F86K, which is a copy paste from the French one, I'd guess. So that's literally a copy paste. Right. So yeah, that was that Italy? Yeah, that's Italy done. And France. France get nothing. No helicopters. No, they do get helicopters actually, but they don't get any tanks. As far as I'm aware. Let me just. Oh no, they do. They get that. Sorry. Do forgive me about that one. It's a premium Panther called Dauphine. And it has a rounder there. I wonder if you can take that off. That's, I mean, the camo is virtually a Panther 2. So this, I assume, is not going to be allowed in Sim because yeah, obvious reasons. But then again, you could say it's the same thing for the Ursats and a few of the premium vehicles. And yeah, they also get the Tiger Hap and the Tiger Hound. That's a Tempura and that's a Tempura. Okay. Yeah. Well, these are kind of to make up for the fact that the rest of the helicopter territory that the French have is abysmal, I suppose. I mean, these two, they're agile, but their ordnance loadout is pants in comparison to anything else. 9.7 PR for them is a joke. Likewise, these, I imagine, aren't going to be amazing for ordnance loadout either, but I could be mistaken. Hot times 8, so it's not that bad. And you can carry 2 Mistrals with it as well. Or is it more than that? No, it's just 8 is the maximum. Let's just have a look at the other one. It also gets a 30mm cannon. This one gets the 30mm cannon as well. That gets 8 hellfires. I can't remember, what else was it? Oh yeah, the Japanese SPG. So yeah, this thing, that is an artillery piece. It is artillery. In fact, it's very similar, I think, to the M109 Paladin. It's probably got a similar gun, in fact, almost the same. It doesn't get heat though, it just gets 2 types of AT round. That one and that one, which have the same pen, and that means that isn't a tank destroyer. Unlike what Gaijin claim it is. New vehicle, tank destroyer. No, it's not a tank destroyer. That's artillery. You'd think they would know, but apparently not. Oh dear. Right, well that's crashed. Rest in pieces. I'm gonna call it there for that. Can't be asked with any more. Disappointing is what I'd say. I think they at least do one a year that's just an absolute shit show of a patch. This year I think they've at least done 2 like that, so they're on a roll at the moment. And yeah, we can only hope that they soon break out of the rut that they're in at the moment as far as what they're doing with this goes, because yeah, it kind of needs another year, maybe, is what I'd say. But even that, to me, says that it probably won't be balanced by that point. It's just going to be a case that the pendulum's going to have swung 2 or 3 more times in other people's favour. Who or what gets it, I don't know, and what gets thrown in, I wouldn't like to say, because speculating with Gaijin and the way that they do things is, yeah, there's no point. You can't do it. It's like trying to understand the mind of a madman, because literally it makes no sense, and it's all kind of to do with profit, or at least a lot of it is. So that's kind of what we're getting. Balance was not a thing anyway, Replay Boy. It's not been a thing for a while. And it's still not going to be a thing with this patch. So, you know, we're just going to have to wait and see as to when Gaijin actually tried to stop balancing this thing. Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. See you soon.